Good morning, welcome back to Building Basics. And today we're going to talk about some pool fence and how that works out. And also we have bought a Moasure measuring device that we're going to use to try to get some measurements and stuff on this fence that we're proposing, and just try to go through a little bit about what this layout is, what you need to think about when you're building a pool, and as far as the requirements for how you have to secure it and build that fence. So I'm out here today with Adam, and he has been with the customer. We're going to talk a little bit about what they want and what they have to do to make this work. So Adam, let's start right here with what they're wanting to do across the front.
So we removed the initial fence that was seated down in the concrete for the posts, and we're going to fill those back in with concrete when we pour this additional pad over here, so that the fence moving forward is all surface mounted.
So that works. That's good. So we're going to go straight through here, put a gate here like it was.
Correct.
And then we're going where now?
We're taking this additional pad to line up with this corner to fix where it's been broken. We'll go all the way to the perimeter so it lines up 90 degrees with the pre-existing concrete.
So we've got a corner post here going to that cedar post.
Yes, and
right?
we'll have
so we're gonna have to wind up moving that downspout or something.
He'll move it to the left side.
Yeah. Okay. And so then, where are we going next?
We'll come in through here so that we can section off this area right in line 90 degree with the house, so that this could be its own self-contained area as well. Okay,
so all this front is going to be separate. Are we going to need to put a gate in this piece?
There will be a gate here, yes.
Okay, so we're going to run from that post to the corner of the house, put a gate here. All right, so Adam, over here at this end, so we're going around the pool, following the retaining wall. And when we get over here to the back of the concrete, man, is going to be probably right in here somewhere. And so where are we going here? Where's this going to run to?
We've got a couple different options. If we can take it straight with the concrete line, we can end it. One of the things we want to look at is what you're talking about, is how water runoff is going to be. If they need to put a little retaining wall, if it has to have a little curve, they could line it up with it, you know, in that area, either before it or after it as well. But then how do you're tying this in. Here's why. We're going to tie in from here as well, so that the pool is secluded off, so that the porch also comes available, so that if their dogs run, they want to be able to have their dogs be able to run free and stuff in the backyard.
And they also, do they want to be able to keep the dogs out of the pool?
Yes.
Or not? Okay. So whatever we do, right here, are we needing ultimately to turn over here somewhere and connect back into the porch post again?
That's their option. They've not made that call.
We don't know how we're going to do that. We've got to figure that out.
If code would allow what we talked about, then they want as less fence as possible in this area for viewing.
So we'll talk real quick about pool fence and the codes. We've got to be 48 inches high, and you've basically got to keep people, the public, and everybody out of your pool area. You could fence your entire property as long as it meets the 48 inches, and it's got to have self-closing gates on it. But you've still got to be able to protect like a child from being able to get out of the house and, heaven forbid, get out and drown. That they allow us to use door alarms to do that. You know, I think ultimately the great thing is to just fence it and have that done. But you can do what we're talking about here and do door alarms, because one of the things that they're wanting to do, they're wanting to not have fence down this side, so they've just got a nice open view out to the pool, right? Okay, so what we've got to figure out is what we're doing across this end to tie back in and kill this off.
Yes.
And so one of the things that we're dealing with, if you can see on the screen, is we've got this grade change that, man, I think we're going to probably have to take just a little bit of wall block and actually just build a little wall right here and just transition this grade, because we've got to step it down somehow right there. And that would be a pretty small piece that we could put through there and get that cut off. All right, so another one of the things we've got to look at is this This job was a huge remodel, so we're not positive what this drain pipe is. It's either behind that old retaining wall over there, or it may even have been a foundation drain. But what we're thinking is that we need to just glue a 90 on there, take it down, turn, and head straight out through there by the end of the retaining wall to where that we can take it to daylight. This is going to wind up being a couple of steps down to the pool deck height, and that way they've just got a continuous step down this patio out to the pool. All right, so we're going to try out our Moasure device, or Moasure measuring device. It links up between your cell phone and this fancy little disc down here at the bottom. And so we're going to just try to go through that real quick. I'm going to open the app. We tell it to begin, and we're going to pick an open shape. And the first thing then we have to do is you rotate it back and forth a few times. Hopefully you can see the blue LED that comes on, and we are ready to begin. So it says start measuring, and I'm just going to walk along here until I get to where the gate would be. I'm going to stop right there. It's going to record that and tell you that you can take off again. I'm going to stop again where the gate would be. It records that, and it tells me that I can start measuring again. So as we go around, that's it. You just walk with it and record the points. So here is an enclosed measurement that we did. This particular measurement is measuring the fence that would run from the house around the perimeter of the retaining wall and back over to that side. So it may be hard to see. If it is, I'll put a graphic up on the screen showing it. But it's pretty neat. This thing, it's like having a three-dimensional measuring wheel, because it's picking up elevations as I go as well. And I'll show you what that looks like. But, you know, of course, one of the things with the measuring wheel, I'd have to draw it out. So this thing is actually creating this file that I can save on my phone and export out to different CAD programs and stuff that we can do with it. But so I think this thing's going to work pretty well. I can certainly see, because it'll do areas. Like we can do a closed area. A person that was putting down mulch, anybody in landscape business would really benefit from one of these, and the ability to be able to figure area of a really irregular space. This thing would be fantastic. So I'll try to get a video as this fence is being built and some other things are going on this job site. We can hit just a little bit more about the pool, but we have to enclose these pools, and so that's what we're trying to figure out, because these people want to be able to fence their entire property for their dogs, and that pacifies part of this thing. It's just that we've got to wind up putting these door alarms on. So anyway, just a little bit about Moasure, a little bit about pools, and kind of what we're doing here and what's happening. Until next time, I'm Jason for Building Basics.
You see it?
Yeah, so what is this, Adam?
It's oil. It's oil from a truck.
So this is what we deal with all the time.